What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into episode 6 of r/Stories About Kevin. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. My girlfriend is a low-key Kevin, posted by user Ruptured Meme. I was at the doctor's and had to get a throat swab. While doing the swab, the doctor stepped aside, out of potential vomit range. I joked with the doctor about having experience avoiding vomit. After telling Kevin about this, she thought it was weird I'd make a sex joke. After asking further what she meant by that, Kevin explained that she thought it was a deep throat joke and that she forgot men didn't ejaculate out of their mouths. We regularly call each other beach, as in a cutesy way of saying bitch. Today, Kevin asked why we keep calling each other vegetables. I pressed further, and the vegetable in question was beetroot. Beets, Kevin. You're thinking of beets. Kevin also regularly mixes up her left and right while driving, and has made the wrong turn, including once into the wrong lane, narrowly avoiding incoming traffic. Oh my goodness. So that's just kind of silly. It's not too extreme Kevinness, but it's a cute start, so I like it. Okay, I take it back, actually, because she forgot that men didn't ejaculate out of their mouths. Yikes. Kevina hasn't managed to learn something in 3 months that normally takes less than a week to learn. Posted by user Purple and Orange 1522. My last post didn't get much attention, but I figured I would post some more things that this Kevina has done. Kevina is doing a genetics master's, but appears to be missing the basics, which are things like which she should be expected to know to do the master's, which you should know from doing a biological sciences degree. Kevina was assigned as my lab partner. Now, a pipette is a piece of scientific equipment which is common in most labs. They're easy to use, and you are typically taught in the first year of biological sciences degree. Kevina had never used one. Typically, it takes a few minutes to explain and demonstrate how to use one, then 2 to 5 days for a person to be able to use one accurately. I showed her how to use one, as did the head of the course, the PhD lab assistant, and another student. She was also made to watch the video that gets shown to first-year undergraduates. She still couldn't use one properly by the end of one of our labs, which was 3 months long. Okay, so this story is starting to sound familiar. So hopefully it's not a repeat. I always upvote the stories that I do so I can keep track of the ones that I did, but maybe they just rewrote it, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. An example of this. When you need X amount of liquid, and the liquid you have in your pipette has a massive air bubble in the middle, it's easy to see that you don't have the volume you want. She doesn't look at what she's doing. At all. First time I noticed her doing this, I pointed to the air bubble. She got more liquid. Same issue. She asked me if it was okay. She didn't see it as a problem. She did it a third time, and same thing. I gave up after that. She also broke one. They have a min and max volume, and you set the volume you want it to take using a dial. In this particular instance, the pipette had a max volume of 10 UL. Kevina pipetted 10 UL, then we needed 6 UL. I was doing something else while she was setting the pipette volume, so I only noticed something was wrong when I heard a clicking sound, which the pipette is not supposed to make. The pipette was set at about 12.5 UL. Covina watched the number go up as she was just twisting it and didn't think something was wrong when we needed a smaller volume. First day, we were all given lab coats, which led to some people trying on a couple of different sizes to find one that fit properly. Covina got one that she couldn't do up and didn't do anything about it. The point of a lab coat is to protect your clothes in case anything is spilt. The following day, the PhD assistant pulled her aside to give her one that fit. Covina wears a headscarf. The rules are, headscarves must be tucked into lab coats at all times. She understands this, but would have to be told about once a week to tuck it into her lab coat. There are 3 other women who also wear headscarves, and it was only a problem for her. She is the only person with her full face covered. The only time this was a problem was when she leaned over a lit Bunsen burner, putting herself at risk of catching on fire. For an experiment, we had DNA samples, A, B, and C. So I labeled the experiment tubes Test A, Test B, and Test C. I also pointed to each tube individually, saying A goes into A, etc. There were multiple things to do, so by the time I saw what she was doing, she had put each of the samples into the first and second tubes. We weren't given enough to do that, so we weren't able to finish the rest of that experiment now that she'd mixed everything up. This is already quite long. There are still more things, but I'll leave it there. Okay, so I think it's probably the same Kevina, but this is a different story. I do remember about pipettes. Maybe it was a Kevin. I don't know. I do remember a Kevin story about pipettes. I don't remember if it's the same person, but oh, that's so frustrating when you have to have a partner in school. This is why I never wanted partners in school. I just always wanted to work alone because the other person would either be way too bossy or they wouldn't do anything at all and you'd get stuck doing all the work. So I just prefer to just work by myself and you get a lot more done that way. Yeah, especially in this situation where they couldn't even finish their experiment because it just wasted everything. Oh, God. My coworker is the worst Covina I have ever encountered. Posted by user Dead End Endeavor. So I am a special ed attendant, and this person is the only person I work with all day. So I am blessed to get many examples as evidence of her Kevinness. Here are just a few I've been able to write down word for word. What's 25 and 8/10? Written as 25.8 gallons of diesel for paperwork. 5 minutes to 4. What time is that? Me. They do offer a psychology degree. Her. Oh, so that's like a school for the crazy people? How many hours is 2 to 5? Hey, where's the crosswalk guy? I wonder if they don't pay him in the morning. Are there any other planets closer to the sun? Look at the sunrise. It's so big. Is it because we're closer? Oh, the pickle factory puts the pickles in water? Me. Probably to wash them off or something. I don't know. Her. Don't they get soggy? Me. Well, they sit in jars of liquid for months and don't get soggy. I would have to put 20% down. How much is that? $10,000? Never specified an original price. Sorry, that's not how percentages work. Talking about the local NA reservation. Her. Oh, you mean the Indians? They live there? Have you seen the teepees? There are many, many more. We are only 3 months into the school year, and I'm not sure how I'm going to survive until June. Oh, God. Have you seen the teepees? Wow, that is a lot of Kevinness coming out of one person. I think I need to follow I think I need to follow this person to know more about this particular Kevina. A Kevin and his wife try to walk into a cafe. Posted by users Suspiciously Robotic. A couple of years ago, I worked at a cafe and met my fair share of interesting people. But this couple takes the cake when it comes to sheer stupidity. For some quick context, the main entrance to the cafe is a door you just have to pull in order to open. I was cleaning up a coffee machine after I'd made a cup for a customer when I looked out the glass wall to see a man and a woman approach the cafe. The woman tries to push open the door. It doesn't work. I figure she just did that classic thing where you're not sure which way the door opens and just tries pushing first, since it requires less effort than pulling. So I don't think much of it and just get ready for when they enter. She pushes the door again. Okay, maybe she figured the door was just stuck. I mean, that happens every now and then, right? I'm about to go help when I see the man walk past her with that "I got this" look on his face. He confidently places his hand on the handle and he pushes. He looks genuinely surprised and tries again, and again, and again. Each time he gets more forceful, at one point slamming his shoulder against the glass door. The two were so preoccupied with this door that they don't even notice me staring dumbfounded at them the whole time, other than being, helpful. Eventually, I figured that if I don't help, they'll either leave or break the door, so I push myself from the counter to go there and help them. That's when they spot an open sliding door on the other side of the cafe, leading to the outside tables, which are very popular at that time of year. Despite there being too many tables for the tiny, cramped area we have them in, and decided to go around and squeeze past all the guests sitting there and enjoying their meals. When they finally made it through, it's as if the stars and planets aligned perfectly. They look towards the main entrance to see an old man approach, place a hand on the handle, and pulling the door open with no effort. It had been an absolutely uneventful day up until that point, so I had to ask a coworker who didn't witness this to handle them, and I just walked into the back to laugh. I've actually seen this happen before, and it happened with like automatic doors. There's clear as day, stickers on the door that says, like exit only, use other doors or something like that. And these people are like trying to pry them open. It's like, no, you're going through the wrong, you're literally at face height with the sticker that tells you you can't go into that door and you're trying to anyway. Like, common sense, people. I mean, yeah, common sense. Diet-friendly gummy bears. Posted by user Same Sarah Different Day. Stepmom is a classic Kevina. She's known for hoarding junk food in her purse, specifically gummy bears. She was dieting, but I always watched her munching gummy bears. I asked her why she eats them on a diet, and she just shrugs her shoulders, showing me the package, pointing to where it says fat-free. I asked her about the sugar, calorie, and carb content. She shrugs again and countered by informing me that she's only focusing on keeping her fat intake low. She couldn't figure out why she was never able to lose weight. I didn't bother telling her. So this reminds me, and actually, I think somebody did link it here. There's a there's a post about or there's a Amazon reviews about some gummy bears that give you the shits. And they're good for dieting. They're diet-friendly gummy bears, but people swear by them. But let me know in the comments if you guys want me to read these comments, because I can guarantee you I probably will not make it through without laughing. But yeah, let me know if you want to hear that. And I'm already laughing thinking about it. Oh my god. All right, my dudes, and the last story of the day is called Coworker Kevina Doesn't Believe in Dinosaurs, posted by user the-petty sage. I only recently discovered this sub and am happy to have somewhere appropriate to post this. Kevina, who's 23 years old, announced at work the other day that she doesn't believe in the existence of dinosaurs because there isn't any tangible evidence that they ever existed. Apparently, it's impossible for bones to be evidence because all bones look the same. They could be from anything. Followed by, wait, all animals have the same bones, right? Speaking of bones, how can we be sure that those are bones in the first place? Everyone was laughing at first, but towards the end of the debate, a lot of folks were quite frustrated. I wish I had thought at the time to ask her what the motive could possibly be for scientists faking dinosaurs. I'm gonna guess that she's probably a religious nutball. Because A lot of them like to deny the fact that dinosaurs existed. I'm not classifying all of them into that category. Like everybody who's religious, I'm not by any means classifying everyone who is religious into that category, but there are a lot of them that are dinosaur deniers. And like, how did we plant these huge, like in, oops, sorry, I hit my microphone. How did we plant these huge dinosaur bones in these huge valleys in places in Alberta? The name's escaping me right now. It starts with a D, I'm pretty sure. But there's all these dinosaur bones they found there. If that was a hoax, don't you think somebody would notice them digging and, like, putting shit down there? And then, like, clearly they knew they were digging there in the first place to dig there. But, like, I mean, wouldn't somebody notice them digging it the first time to put the bones down there? You would think so. I mean, that is a lot of area. Like that, it's a lot of area, and you just I don't know, whatever. People are just gonna keep denying science, I guess. I don't fucking know where I was going with that, so. All right, my dudes, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, please smash that like button. Don't forget to share, because sharing is caring. And smash that subscription button and the little bell icon next to it to be notified of future videos just like this. You never miss one. And as always, the links to these stories will be in the description, so head on over to Reddit and show those posters some love with some upvotes. You know they deserve it. And don't forget to submit your stories, your memes, your funny pictures, whatever you want to send me, my dudes. All my socials are in the description below. So until tomorrow, you guys have a fantabulous day, and I will see you in the next episode.